Hey, welcome back. When I do product reviews, it means that I've used the product personally for quite some time, enough time to really give the product a going through. I don't do one of these things where I get a product and have it for 2 weeks and then I put up a great review because I don't know whether the product's really any good at that time. So I kind of found it funny that at the same time that I was getting this product in the mail, the Thrunite Ti3, and they sent it to me and said, hey, would you do a review? That I started seeing all kinds of glowing positive reviews for this product, and I kind of thought, wow, some of you people really haven't even used the product yet. So I've had this for months. I've had this for so long that I've had to go through several rounds of email with the manufacturer where they've said, hey, you're going to do a review or not? And I said, yeah, I've got it in my pocket. It's with me every day and carrying it around in the rain. I'm throwing it in the snow. I'm doing all kinds of stuff with it. And so now it's time to do a review of this flashlight. It's a pretty cool little flashlight, and I'm going to give it my stamp of approval. That's the short version right here. If you want to be, what is it, about a minute or so into the video and know whether I like it or not, I like it. It's a great flashlight. I like this better than any little pocket flashlight, any little keychain flashlight that I've had before. And I've had some pretty good flashlights like the Phoenix 03, which is also a very good light. I just like this one better. It seems better made. Let's go to the tabletop and I'll show you all about this light and how it operates. So if you order this from Amazon, as I'm recommending, particularly if you've got a Prime membership, that gets you free shipping, and the price is pretty doggone good. We'll link to that in the comments so you can go there. It'll come in a bubble wrap envelope like this, and that might scare you a little bit. You might say, wow, did it get squashed? And sure enough, a little ding here in the corner. But they've got some attention to detail here. It comes in a nice... this is probably aluminum or some other kind of inexpensive metal box, but it's got a feel of quality to it. It feels kind of classy. The whole way the font they've used, there's a lot of attention to detail here, and that goes through to the way the packaging is done. The manual is obviously written by someone who is a Native American speaker or Native English speaker. It does not have the sort of Asian English feel to the text or whatever. That's great. They've really done their homework there. Believe it or not, when you order something, a lot of times you will not get this little packet of silica gel in there, and it seems like that's just not a big deal. But if something's traveling a long way, the idea that something like this is going to keep moisture from getting into the package, again, I think that's a little quality point. Maybe that's not a big deal for people, but when I see a product that I've gotten shipped and it doesn't have this in there, I'm saying, wow, they're really cutting corners anywhere they can. The fact that this is there means that Thrunite actually cares that you get a good product in your hands. You get a little baggie here. This baggie will have 3 things in it. It'll have an extra O-ring. That's important because the Thrunite Ti3 is IPX8 waterproofing rated, and that's pretty good. You can dunk this in a fair amount of water, and it'll keep on going. So you get a spare O-ring there, a spare one, so you can keep that in good shape. You also get this keychain attachment, and I'll come back to this in a minute because I want to show you how this actually operates. And then you get in the baggie as well, you'll go ahead and get a pocket clip, which is pictured on the manual, but I've promptly lost, so forgive me for that. Coming back to the keychain again, you'll note that when you open your box, that it will not have the keychain attached like this. You'll have to crimp that in place with a needle nose pliers or something like that to get this to work. By the way, this keychain attachment is pretty tough, by the way. I've had a problem in the past where this kind of thing comes apart too easily. This has not. It's proven to be pretty tough. I've been carrying this around in my pocket on my keychain for months. And it's been working out fine. It hasn't fallen apart on me yet. Let's go through the lighting modes. You've got 3 modes. It's a simple kind of a 2-piece construction, and you rotate it like this to unassemble it, to disassemble it. Simple AAA battery goes in there. It threads right back on. This does not feel cheap. A lot of times when you buy the import flashlights, the threading feels like gritty or something like that, like it's not really well machined. This is especially smooth. I would compare this to some of the best flashlights that I have in the way that it feels. And again, this kind of shows that Thrunite has gone through the trouble of making a quality product and that the quality controls are really there. Simple twist-on construction means you twist on the light all the way when it gets all the way tight. you'll go to the first mode, which is called the Firefly Mode. I'll go ahead and I'll pop up with the title how many lumens each of these modes are. This mode is pretty good if you're in a very dark space and you need to just kind of find your way around a little bit or read a map. Perfect for that. Twist off, twist on again. You'll go to the next mode if you do it quickly enough, and that is the regular mode. This says it's about 12 lumens. I think it's actually more than that because this seems like an awful amount of light when I use this walking around the block or in a dark room or something. Just an awful lot of light comes out of this thing in this this regular mode. Twist it off again and on again, and you can get it into what's called let me do this again. Here we go. This is the high-powered mode, and this is just a ridiculous amount of light coming out of a small flashlight like this. You know, compare that to my hand, and you'll get an idea how small this is. This is definitely a keychain light, and this will freaking light up a room or light your way. This compares to every other flashlight I've got that puts out about 110, 120 lumens, and that's what they're rating it at. And so I think they're being honest with that. About the only thing that I can notice is that the throw pattern is smaller or tighter because obviously it's a very small light with a small reflector. So that's going to be a little different than a larger flashlight. If you want to go through the trouble, you can click this on and off a number of times. I think they say 6, and it'll eventually get to your strobe mode. That does strobe at 120 lumens as well, so a very bright strobe light. And those are your modes. Now, the other thing that they've got going on is if you leave the light in a particular mode, like there's the bright mode, for a couple of seconds, and then you turn it off and turn it right back on, it's going to go to that last mode again. It'll go right back to the mode that it was in before. I love this feature. What I don't like about the feature is that when you turn it off, that will only last for about 10 seconds. So if we leave this for 10 seconds or so, just as we're making this video, and then turn the light back on, it goes right back into the Firefly mode. I would have preferred that they had that so that it keeps that last setting, that you could go, you know, right back into that bright setting if you wanted to. For that reason, you really can't use this as kind of a tactical flashlight, that and the fact that it doesn't have a clicky tail cap on the back. This is more of an everyday flashlight, perfect for that use. And as I say, I've been using this for about 4 months now, in my pocket every day, getting banged around. I am not nice to my flashlights at all. And the Thrunite Ti3 keeps on going. I compared this very favorably to something like the Phoenix, or Phoenix as some people would say, 03, and in some ways I actually like this better. It seems to be better constructed. And if you look on Amazon, I'll put the link in this. If you're an Amazon Prime customer, you can get this thing for like $19 with free shipping, and that's an extreme value in a small light like this. There's no reason at that price and for the quality of this light that you shouldn't have this on everybody's keychain in your family. It's just a great little light, and I can't say enough about it. I like this light enough, this little keychain light, that I'm probably going to put one on every keychain for every member of my family. It's just too inexpensive and too good of a value to not have this kind of light available to you everywhere at all times. The small amount of money that you're paying for the peace of mind of having a good quality flashlight available to you at all times, I mean, it's just plain worth it. I'm going to recommend that you go to Amazon and buy this through the Prime feature. I think if you're a Prime customer, it's like $19, no tax, no shipping. If you're not a Prime customer, it's $19.95 or something, and you're going to have to pay for shipping. So, but if you look around on Amazon or some of the other places you can buy that, they're charging as much as like almost $40 for this light. It's still actually a good value at that price for as well made as this product is, but at $19.95 or whatever, it's a plain steal, and you just ought to get one. So I really like the Thrunite Ti3, and I can say that after having used it for months. You know, dropping it on the ground, rolling around in the mud, dunking it in water, throwing it in the snow, rattling around in my pocket. It's seen real world use, and it just keeps on going. And I'm still on the same battery, by the way, and it's still going. So it's doing a great job for me. I give it the old stamp of approval, and I think it'd be a good product for you to get as well. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.